Hi, I'd like to welcome you to a Design Wizard's Guide. Today I want to show you a few things about how symmetry can affect usability. As you probably are aware, Android recently came out with a new upgrade. In particular, I want to look at the quick settings. In looking at it, I kept having trouble. I wanted to find whether my Bluetooth was on, and it took me longer than I expected to find it. So I did a forensic analysis on it. Oh, I guess I better explain forensic analysis. That is using principles from cognitive science, neuroscience, the biology of how your eye works and picks up information to assess how what's going on in the screen is received by your body and the signals are interpreted. Rather than going through the 5 different things that I found just for scanning the screen, I'm just going to show you one of them, and it will give you an idea of how important these little things are to making the user feel that they're capable of using your software. Today, I want to really focus in on the topic of symmetry and how it can affect how the brain makes sense of the pixels on the screen. This new version of Quick Settings is a perfect example of how important it is to get symmetry right in a design. Symmetry tells us a lot about the relationships between objects. And in particular, we're talking about objects on a screen. The brain can see a pattern. It can know very quickly what it should ignore and what is significant, so you can keep scanning for that one thing that you want to focus on. This is where a lot of the elements of art that we add can either be a distraction or they can really enhance the usability because the eye can see the patterns and it can help lead the user where they need to be. Here is a symmetrical version of the new Quick Settings screen. And this is one of their default palettes, and it's got yellow and brown are the 2 colors that they're using, and the on buttons are the inverse of the off buttons. The brain can quickly see a pattern here and associate the fact that the text is the opposite color. Now take a look at what they actually shipped. And you can see this follows pretty much the same pattern, but there's one difference. And this difference probably made you look at the screen a little bit longer when I put it up there. They did not keep the pattern. It's white. Changing the text to white is enough to trigger your brain from making all the colors invisible. And unless you know this, when you're sitting at a meeting and you're showing your nice design that has the nice symmetry in it, because most designers will make something that looks like this, and then one of the stakeholders in the meeting says, "Oh, don't you think that's a little hard to read?" Maybe if we made the colors white, it would be a lot brighter, but you can go ahead and leave the other ones. In my experience, few designers know how to back up their design with scientific principles that will make the engineers or some of the higher managers back down on it. Although you know in your heart, I know this is better, you can't really articulate it. So this is one of the advantages of some of this forensic analysis, because you can know yourself what you need to tell when somebody challenges your design. Because there are lots of other ways to improve the contrast or the legibility of text other than just making it white. Now take a look at the 2 pictures, and this is what I would do at a meeting, because I would, if I suspected they might challenge it, or else I'd come back to them later and show them this. Can you locate the internet button? Now see how long it takes you to locate the Do Not Disturb button on the screen. The worst outcome is that the users blame themselves for being inept. And then they transfer that negativity to their attitude about your product. Design is about making products as enjoyable to use as possible. A little knowledge about how the brain perceives the information can really help you avoid many usability issues. To see more episodes of A Design Wizard's Guide, please like, subscribe, and if you would, please share this episode with others.